Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, and welcome to today's video. It is seriously so fun. I've been wanting to film this video forever. Came up with that idea in the fall, and then I saw, I don't remember her name, Lolly or Lottie, somebody. I'll put her name on the screen and put a screenshot of her video, which go watch. She went and did the indie book crawl in Atlanta. I can't remember when that was. I want to say like in Christmas, in December or November. Anyway, and I was like, dying to do this. And from her video, I learned about so many more bookshops. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to every bookshop in Atlanta. Let's see. 2 of them I've been to before. We'll see like how many I make it. But the goal is, I think there's 5 of them. Virginia Highlands, which like I said, I've been a million times. It's one of my favorite bookshops in Atlanta. So Virginia Highlands, Bookish, all the Tropes, which is the new romance only bookshop, Postman, which I don't know if I'll make it there or not because it is super busy on the weekends at Ponce, and I don't know about parking and everything. Anyway, last one, Read Shop. I don't know if we're gonna make it a Read Shop or not, but we're gonna try our hardest. And also I will probably do a part 2 because there were so many good bookshops in Atlanta, a lot of good used ones that I haven't been to yet and I want to go to, but this is just the first knock at it. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. Lavender latte with non-fat milk, super yummy. Shop's super cute. Lots of coffee table books. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear me, but I did get a little Dutch postcard, so I'll show you guys in the car. Okay, guys, I just finished at Virginia Highland Books. I got lunch to go from Tuscany. What is it? I always forget. Tuscany at Your Table. Love this place. I come all the time. Or I used to. I haven't been a lot to Virginia Highland lately because I've been going mostly to the coffee shop I love. But all to say is I can't believe, I think it's like 3 o'clock now. It's 2:30. I got my favorite sandwich from Tuscany at Your Table, which by the way is so cute. If you're looking for a cute little date night or just like looking for a nice place for good authentic Italian, this is it. This is my favorite sandwich. Also the coffee shop that I go to, sorry I keep like going, like I'm literally like standing up. This is so delicious. I typically get the Napoli. There's another good one that has pistachio cream. Their bread is seriously so good. And then today I got the cannoli to try because I'm usually not a cannoli girl. And I absolutely don't need this after the sweet treat I had yesterday. But my sugar was dropping and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a cannoli. Cheers. Oh yeah. So good. Anyway, diving into the bookstore, the whole point of this video. I did go into Virginia Highlands. I didn't take as much footage as I did at the other shops because I go to Virginia Highland Books all the time. There were a lot of people and a lot of like grouped people, so it was kind of hard to get around in there. But it's one of my favorite bookstores in the city. Okay guys, since I have time and I'm not in a paid parking spot this time, I just finished at the third bookstore, and let's recap the bookstores. First bookstore is Bookish. Parking for Bookish is the only iffy part about it. I love Bookish. It was small, but it was cozy. Love the vibes in there. I could see how if it was like a busy day, it would be hard to get around, but it was so cute. They had so many cute things. Like I wanted everything. They hit the marks on everything. They had totes. They had Bookish merch. They had anything you could think of. And then they obviously had all the books. They had used books in there. They had sober merch, like I said, is what I really wanted from them. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's in East Atlanta, so the parking is really hard. I think there was a mini parking lot behind there, but when I went to turn to try to go, I was like, if I turn in here and there's no parking spots and no way to get out, then I'm just like screwed. So it did take me like 30 minutes to find a parking spot and figure out the parking scenario. But other than that, it was a 10 out of 10 experience. The person in there working was so nice. They had so many amazing giftables, like I said, and fun things. So I will show you guys really quickly what I got from them. I told her I came because I saw the sober things I had. So she put a little sober supply story, which is the brand, and it's handmade there in East Atlanta. So I did end up getting a book, but let's just get into it. First of all, here it is, Bookish. There's a little info and QR code. On the back of that, I got one sticker that says, "We will dance on the grave of the patriarchy and drink the bitter tears of mediocre men." Love that. And then this is what I was really going for. If you know, you know. If you're sober and you go to like meetings, you know. This is a saying we say in the meetings. And I loved it. I wanted like all the stickers, all the merch. They had a really, really cute camo hat that I might have to go back and get. But I literally bought a hat yesterday, so I was like, I really don't need to. But I was so excited when I saw this, and I didn't even look to see like what year this came out. Came out in 2020. So it is called We Are the Luckiest, and it says The Surprising Magic of a Sober Life. The author is Laura McCohen, and I always like want to read and hear about other people's experiences outside of the meeting. But I feel like every book I've picked up is just like super heavy, and it's a heavy topic, and it's a heavy thing that like we go through on a daily basis. But I've always thought, wow, like there's such a market for people who write books that are about like the gratitude and the happy part of having a community in AA and like sobriety and everything. So I saw that, I was like, I have to get it, and I walked out of there only spending about like $26. Like I said, I absolutely love this shop. It's probably one of my new favorites. The second is the First Romance Only Bookstore. Now, this is like, if you guys watched my other video in Dallas where I went to Blush, Blush is more of more of my realm of romance bookstores. I loved this bookstore, but I knew I wanted to go to the one in Dallas because I'm like pinky and frilly. I knew this was more of a romantic-y vibe, and it was still so gorgeous. It was so fun. I would say the parking's harder than Bookish, but there are parking spots, give or take. And the only issue is it's on a like dead-end street. So like if you can't find parking on that street, you are kind of like SOL. The worker there was so nice. I think she was probably the owner. She was super, super sweet. Loved her hair. She had gorgeous purple hair. And there was a store cat, and they had anything you would think of. It was basically broke down into like historical romance, fantasy, horror, thriller, what else? Like super smutty, like spicy, and then just like contemporary romance. So this book has been on my list forever, but I've been not wanting to read it because Every Summer After is one of my favorite books in the world. Like, it's one of the ones that got me back into like loving reading. And apparently, which I always hear, is this novel is very, very similar to Every Summer After. And this is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. And people like who read this book had a lot of issues with Every Summer After because they felt like it was like basically the same thing and the same story. But I'm very interested. I've been seeing the cover and been like, wow, I kind of want it like just for the cover, because I was just going to read it on my Kindle, and I thought this would be a perfect one to take with me to Hawaii if I want to take a physical book. And I was talking with a girl, and I was talking with who I think is the owner, and she was like, whoa, this is nice. And like, I don't know how to describe it other than it's like a matte finishing, and she was like, oh, I hadn't felt this, like we just got the new copies in. And like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, it feels like very different. It's like a matte cover, and I'm really, really hoping that I love this book because I know she has so many books out. And like I said in my TBR video, I have the Unhoneymooners on my Kindle right now. So anyway, she also had so many cute things. There were these pairs of earrings, which you guys will have seen already. But I saw this. She also had one that looked like the Lover cover art for Taylor Swift, and it was a keychain, and it said "In My Book Era" or something like that. But I ended up getting this, and it says "Endless TBR." I just love it. And yeah, so once again, I had to choose, but they're gorgeous earrings I almost got. So I cannot believe that we have made it to 4 out of 5. I realized I didn't even give a grading for the Read Shop, which is the 4th bookstore I just went to. I remember now, like as soon as I pulled up and like started walking, I was like, I think Read Shop is the one that is like aesthetically pleasing, but it has like no books. It's just like the aesthetics of it. And it is correct. It is like the bookshop, or it's not a bookshop, but the coffee shop in the Virgin Hotel in Dallas. It has gorgeous decor, and it has just coffee books in there on shelving. So it was beautiful. The coffee actually was pretty good. I was like pleasantly surprised. I just got a decaf iced lavender latte. And then, which I already told you guys that. So I would like, it's pretty steady for lavender latte, which I've had a lot of. I would say coffee is probably like a 7.5 out of 10. And then I would say overall, like it seems like a good spot. There's not a lot of seating, but it seems like a good spot to come grab a coffee and chat with friends. Overall, like I don't even want to judge it on a bookshop, because if I judged it on a bookshop, I would give it like a 2 out of 10. But like I said, nice place to come get coffee and to chill, chat with friends, do work. But there's not a ton of seating inside. There are tables outside, but luckily it's kind of later in the afternoon and they're only open a few more hours, so I think I called it like a slow time. But love this area, so cute. I've never been to Vinings, but I will be returning. They have a cute little pie shop like right next to me, and as I already told you guys, I'm parked in front of Talbot's. So let's head to the last bookstore. I'm so excited. And let's see what happens. Hi girls, we're back and let's debrief. You're on my phone. First of all, I want to show you guys my work-in, as we've covered already once, but I did get 2 things today, and I got one the other day that I don't think I showed you. So basically, I already had this cute New York bag charm from Anthropologie, and then Target just came out with some, so I added my Target one. It's really cute. It has like a rainbow, a lucky 4-leaf charm. It has a wonton, oh my god, fortune cookie, and then this little beaded moment, and also a horseshoe. Anywho, this actually wouldn't hook on the bag itself, so I hooked it onto this charm. Just manifesting with my New York. And then I got these 2 things today. I don't know if I'm gonna put both on here, but I saw this and I was like, how funny would this be on here? And at this point, I'm just going crazy. I'm Jane Burkifying like as much as I can. And I know that girl would not have a freaking jelly cat on her Birkin, but guess who's going to? Me. Also, I'll show you in 1 second. Oh gosh, I don't know if it's gonna fit. I might have to use the other part. Oh, it fits. This is so I'm sorry, what? Oh my god, why is this the funniest thing I've ever done? Okay. Pissing every Birkin woman off. But I'm sorry. Is this not the most iconic work-in? Which, by the way, I do have this jelly cat my cousin gave me. She sits on my little perch. Twizzies. I just saw it today and I was like, oh, well, we have to have that. Oh my god, this is everything. This is literally everything. I cannot wait to carry. Okay, living for that. I don't think I'm gonna add the endless TBR, but I will. Oh my gosh, I like actually can't. That is so cute. Anyhow, hi. Okay, so we're back home. Let's go over everything, which obviously we recapped in the car. But seriously, the best day ever. Had so much fun going by myself along on my very own book crawl. We had the best time ever. Fell in love with my new favorite bookshop, which is Bookish. Loved all the trips too. And I will be returning to both. I can't wait to take my mom to both of those because I know she's just going to love them. I did not make it to the 4th bookstore. Did I explain this already? I don't think so. Basically, it was like getting towards the time there's gonna be traffic, and I thought I was a lot closer to the Avalon than I was. It would have taken another 30 minutes to get to the Avalon, and then I would have been an hour and a half from home, and I was like, not worth it for a bookstore that A, I'm barely gonna have any time in, and B, I don't know how the parking's gonna be, and C, I go to this bookstore all the time, and I guess I love the bookstore itself because I go to the one in Ponce all the time. Basically, it is like, I feel like it's probably overwhelming for a lot of people. It is overwhelming when there's a lot of people in there, but if it's empty, I love it. But basically, they don't have as many shelvings, so it's just like a bunch of tables with all of the books just spread out throughout the store. They do have some like bookshelves and stuff, but it's mainly like you're walking around looking at the different tables. They have lots of jelly cats. I love it. Like I said, they have good stickers. They have a good kids section. But to me, it's not as fun to go to as like Virginia Highlands or Bookish or any of these other shops, because while it's technically indie, it is still a chain. And I just, if I'm paying that price at like Postman, or I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but if I'm paying it there, I'd rather go to Virginia Highlands or Bookish or something that I know gives back for sure directly in the community. So I am very excited to be supporting Bookish now, because they do so much for their community, which is so amazing, especially with everything going on in the world. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and there will be a part 2 very soon. All right, I gotta get to reading now. Oh my god, you guys, I completely forgot. I haven't added it in any of my videos, but I finished another book. I finished The Wedding People, which obviously if you guys are on any form of bookish, book talk, book tube, you know it's been a very, very popular book. I blew it up on Book Talk. Most of the time I shy away from those books, and most of the time I end up reading those books and being like, this is so overhyped, like Pumpkin Spice Cafe and all those books. But this one was so worth the hype. It was so good. I can't believe how many 5-star books I have read this month, which is crazy. The Demi Moore, The Texas Murders, The Wedding People. I'm just gonna be honest, like, if you're someone who's dealt with like mental health, anything, the first, I don't even know how many chapters, but I would say like the first quarter of the book is kind of hard to get into, because it does deal with trigger warning, suicide. So definitely big trigger warning, but if you can get over that hump and get into the book, so good. It was like the perfect balance of humor, wit, emotion, like heaviness. It had such depth, which is what I always say is like, I love rom-coms and stuff, but I get rom-coms. I love romance books, but I get kind of tired after a while and have to switch to like thriller or whatever, because there's not depth. It's just like this person meets this person, and they follow the typical like story arc. But yeah, anyway. It was so good. And I listened to the audiobook and I actually really liked the person that read it. So anyway, that's my review on The Wedding People. So worth the hype. I know people have had a hard issue. They feel like the middle is like too long and that it kind of takes a little bit to get into it, and it does. So I totally get it. If you don't have the patience, I've DNF'd a million books like that. But if you do, read it, listen to it, do whatever you want to do. And yeah, I'm about to get started on so many books, as you guys saw. And yeah, okay. Love you guys.